Yeah.
What up?
Hey,
What's
everyone.
happening? Well, guys, we got Emily. Hold on.
Hey.
How do we?
Yay,
He's like,
welcome
hey,
Emily.
let me see. How do we showcase her? I don't even know how to use anything. This is gonna be fun, Emily, because we don't know how to do anything. There she is. Do you know how to do
Hey,
that,
how's it
Eagle?
Can we get
going?
some?
There she is. Emily is part of the squad here. Whenever she wants, you know how we do it. We lounge, Emily. We show up. We don't. We do what we do. We know that we all have lives, and welcome. I'm excited
Thank
to have you
you.
here. Emily is very good and her cannabis knowledge is key, and I like that. And her microbial knowledge is zero.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know much about dirt, so
It's coming along.
so we could start right there. We could start right there. So Emily, don't hesitate to hold on. What are you looking at, right? Because we tend to be like, okay, that's a test date, and we move on. But you're probably like, okay, what's a test date, right? So that'll be cool to slow us down and just be like, dude, I don't understand what you're talking about. So don't
absolutely.
hesitate. You are in your house with us here for sure.
I'm
Eagle,
excited to learn about soil and soil health and everything because I do grow organically my cannabis and other foods and everything in my garden. So I want to learn how to feed that properly and understand what's going on. And I know that applies as well to your own body, your own health, and things like that. I'm super interested in that. I'm trying to grow my medicine. I'm trying to grow a healthier mind, body, soul, all of it. So I'm super
yeah,
excited to.
Amen.
it
Thank
all
you. I'm
rolls all
excited
over.
to hang out and learn.
And Emily and I kind of, well, we didn't meet, we met on a podcast, but Emily reached out because she wanted to look at her soil, and that just became a you're cool, I'm cool, you're cool. Let's just kick it. Send me your soil sample. So that'll be cool to see feedback.
Was it really like that?
Yeah,
Was
it was exactly
like that?
it was
It was-
exactly like that. Okay.
Honestly, I don't know how the phone call was like an hour and a half because it really was just you're cool, you're cool, you're cool,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
cool.
You see, Jeff? I'll tell you who's not cool. The guy that got here late.
Oh man.
Who was that? I was here when the recording started.
So I was thinking today because I was shooting a video out in my backyard, just documenting my backyard because I've never officially done that. I went live yesterday to do that. I hate the quality of it. So today I documented my backyard because it's flourishing. It is looking really cool. And I was looking at my Johnson Sioux bioreactor, and a Johnson Sioux bioreactor
Thank you.
is a certain way to compost, Emily, that you could do a modified. Oh, if we can have you composting at home, it would be over.
So hold
That's
on.
Dr. Johnson and Dr. Sue. They're a married couple.
Yes.
You called it the Johnson.
Johnson Sioux. Yeah, we'll pull one up. Eagle, are you pulling one up? I don't know what Eagle's probably out there already. Yeah. So he created this system that is putting out some of the most fungal dominant compost out there. And you'll hear in my world, there you go. So you've maybe seen one, but this thing is built. There's a white paper on it that he created. His wife was a biologist, and I want to try to get him on here. I'm gonna put this out there right now, and I'm gonna copy this video and send it to him. His wife was a biologist, and I believe he's an engineer. And the story is that she got tired of his dirty clothes, so the two came up with this form of composting. And there's physics involved here. There are rules to this thing, right? People tend to now make a round cylindrical thing, throw a bunch of stuff in it. Yeah. And they call it a Johnson Sioux, but that's not accurate because when you build it to the paper, you've got physics happening here. You have air that's being sucked in from the bottom, pushed all the way up, and you end up 12 months later with this those pipes are temporary, right? Those pipes come out and those allow oxygen.
Are worms in those pipes?
At the end of it all, you put worms in the system if they don't come naturally to finish off the compost. But those pipes are just there to make those holes so that when all the compost settles, you see that?
And then that's where the air goes through it.
Yeah, because it's sitting on a pallet with holes through the pallet. So just physics alone, hot air rises and it pulls the air up and through those pipes. So you have the whole goal of this is that you have a foot distance in every direction because oxygen air penetrates compost a foot in every direction. So you're sure to be aerobic all the way through the system.
So each of those holes you're saying is 1 foot in from the outer edge of that.
Correct. So if you see the center hole, from that center hole to every hole around it is 1 foot. Okay. And then from the outside holes, it's 1 foot to the edge all the way around.
And that goes straight through. How deep is that? Can you make it as deep as you want?
Well, the setup, the way he designed it is 6 feet, but you really technically can if you had anything larger than that. But 6 feet is already pretty big because then it sits on a pallet. So, you usually have to build some kind of scaffolding around it. And then he's got you see the water lines. So also the key to compost is to keep your moisture around 70%. That's a big deal. And that's a lot of moisture.
How much percentage, Mo? You broke up
70%. 70%.
70, Roger.
70, coño. Jesus.
70, Toño.
Coño.
Coño.
Go ahead, Emily.
70, coño.
What is that fabric on the outside of it?
That is the stuff you put on the ground at nurseries usually. It's a weed barrier, but a heavy. Fabric. It's a heavy one. It's a weed fabric.
Bag that you normally fill stuff with. Yeah.
See, there you go. Yeah, so he's got this whole white paper, and there's so I have one built to the white paper, because if you're gonna do something, do it right, Jeff?
That's right. If you don't do it right the first time, you end up having to redo it anyway. So
I'm one of those. I'd probably make 3 of them before I actually decided to look at the directions and figure it out.
Well, that's what I did.
Full disclosure,
That's what I did.
Go ahead,
so
Mo.
I did it the easy way out, right? But the easy way out, I have 5 of them, right? 10 of them. So it's a lot of work to make one of these because you also have to sieve the mulch and get down to a 3/8 aggregate. So you need to sift things down to a tiny particle piece.
Okay, so the pallet that it's on top of,
and
then you have that fencing, wiring for the barrier, and the fabric.
Yeah.
When all of that mulch inside of it breaks down into the pallet, or is there something at the bottom?
No, the pallet holds it all together. There's that mesh at the bottom too. You also put that fabric at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So the only thing that's going to penetrate through that fabric is going to be your pipes, but it's insignificant at that point. It's so much compost that it's not going to fall through. It actually holds itself very well because you've sifted things down to very small. So as that entire system settles down and sits, you end up with this extremely fungal compost. I mean, and it's microbe
you don't even
dominant.
put the barrier on it anymore, the fabric?
Well, you want to keep the fabric on it for moisture reasons, but like in Florida, for example, when we make these, so if it's not done to the white paper, it's a bioreactor. It's not or a modified Johnson Sioux, right? That's me just respecting and honoring the work that he put into it. And I've never said, look at my Johnson Sioux, unlike other people in this circle. I don't know. I'm just kidding, Jeff. His name is
What circle?
Did you see how he looked straight up? He went dagger-eyed toward you. He knew what he was insinuating.
I know. He doesn't like me.
What he was doing. It's
nonstop.
Like it's nonstop.
I know.
But yeah, full disclosure, like what he's talking about is super important. Like this guy obviously created this with a specific purpose in mind. And, of course, humans, we think, oh, I can do it better. I'll put it right on the ground, or I'll do something different, and we modify it. And it's not technically like what he said. It's not a Johnson Sioux compost. So the technique, even if you do, just for clarity, even if you do a bioreactor, you're going to end up with some fungally dominated compost, but it's not technically a Johnson Sioux, right?
How do you get the compost out of it? How long does it have to stay there and break down for?
So ours, we set it on the ground, not on a pallet, and then when it was done, literally you could just lift the cage and everything off of it, and it was just sitting on the ground in a giant.
You have a puck. You have this big
compost.
puck.
So that 6 feet will break down into maybe 2 or 3, like half?
Probably 3, yeah. Half or a little bit
it
less.
gets reduced down to about a third.
Okay. That's
If you're lucky, you get half, but that just really just melts down to practically a third of what your original inputs. But that third of it. So right now, farmers are using a third, like 3 pounds of that, and turning it into an extraction. Do you know what an extraction is?
where you put it in water.
Yeah, you put it like in a tea bag, in a paint strainer, and then you just like massage it into water. You don't oxygenate it. That would be a tea, right? Oxygenating would be a tea.
Wait, what's a paint strainer?
It's like a mesh bag, a tea bag.
strainer?
It's like a big tea bag.
Oh,
That's to get, the larger particles out of your paint and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
so you're just like rinsing it in the water.
Yeah, you're washing all the biology into the water, and it looks phenomenal under the microscope. But then they're taking that and they're applying it 3 pounds to an acre. So when you see,
What does that mean? 3 pounds to an acre.
So
They
they
have
call
3
it-
pounds of this
the-
water.
Right? They take 3 pounds of the compost,
Mhm.
and they usually probably maybe let's just say 200 gallons of water, and they're washing it into 200 gallons of water, and then spraying that, broadcasting it out into the farm, into the acreage.
So for the
Oh.
amount of material they're using, they're covering quite a large area then.
Absolutely, and that's why
That's
when you
right.
see these,
Yeah.
when you see these companies selling compost, and you're like, damn, that's a bag for $80. It's a bag of that, right? It's a bag
Right.
of big time compost, not some stuff.
You
that
don't
find.
waste it by putting it around your plants. One, it's too strong. Two, it's just a waste. Like you get more benefit from extracting the microbes and then watering them in.
Crazy. I've never thought to use like a tea or wash it. I would just think to put it around the plants, but that could burn them then, couldn't it?
I know I wouldn't call it a waste, and I wouldn't call it a burn. You're just maximizing your dollar by putting it into a tea. But you can definitely top dress. Like if you made one of these on your own, you would have more than enough that you would top dress your stuff. It's just time. It takes like 12 to 15 months. I have one that's like 2 years old. And Jeff, are you putting a Johnson Sue up, Jeff?
What's
Are
that?
you putting anything up?
No, I didn't get one today because
Well, you said you got
you're
some
always-
cool stuff to look at, and it looks like you're rolling
I do
something.
have cool stuff. I'm rolling something, but this is probably not going to be super exciting. But I'm here to do work also. So I'm looking at our raised garden beds. I'm just trying to see what's missing.
Oh,
What
good.
could
So,
we improve
okay,
here?
good. Let's pick it apart. You see, this is what this is for. So this is what we're gonna do with Emily's stuff when she sends me a sample. We're gonna look at his deficiencies, which I'm sure there are many, and
Oh
we'll
my
address
God.
them accordingly.
Can I get some backup here? At least one of you guys needs to be on my
Eagle's
team.
like, yep.
I don't know enough to take sides.
Yeah. Well,
I'd like
Tell
to
me.
add that a reminder that the conversation we just had about compost and adding a very small amount of compost applies to inoculant grade. So there's two forms of compost, right? There's substrate grade and there's inoculant grade. And substrate grade you'll be adding in large amounts to build up your organic matter, and inoculant grade you'll be adding in small amounts as it's very high quality and that's very expensive, to build up your microbes.
Do I gotta get something
What
on
do
the
you-
scope?
What do you
I
choose
have a
between
scope up.
substrate or inoculate? When do you choose which one you want to do?
I'm sorry.
The
What's the
inoculant
question?
grade
Go
is
go
one
ahead,
that
Eagle.
has more microbes in it, density of microbes.
Okay, so hold on. If I wanted to make a Johnson Sue and I can
Go ahead,
choose if
Eagle.
I want to make a substrate Johnson Sue or an inoculate Johnson Sue?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
gotcha.
I think a Johnson Sue, due to the difficulty, you'd probably always be making inoculant. What do you think, Maurice?
Yeah, you'd want to make it inoculant, and they also call it amendment grade now. That's the new
Yeah.
hook. That's the new hook and sinker.
You
It's
know,
amendment
forget
grade.
amendment grade. We need ingestion grade. I want to eat my compost.
Yeah.
So again, different
Yeah,
soil, I
ingestion
can't eat it directly.
Well, some people do eat their like castings and stuff. They'll
Who's castings?
I watched a video today where the guy was spraying his chicken coop with labs and then sticking the sprayer in his mouth, showing people how safe it was.
Just a quick reminder to everyone, you probably
It's
should.
probiotics, dude. You know, you've got to be very confident in the vessel that you're applying it to, because
Yeah.
even though I would trust my labs, I wouldn't trust the sprayer that I'm using if I'm using it in a chicken pen or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some people are much braver than I am when it comes to
Yeah, you're right. I agree. I don't have that in me to go do that. You know what I mean?
And aspergillus is no joke. Don't be aspergillus.
Yeah. What are we looking at then?
Cool stuff.
Raised bed, about 1 to 8 dilution.
1
Now
to 8
there's peppers
dilution.
growing in
Oh, this is
there,
gonna be a great learning
tomatoes.
experience.
One
You want to
to
explain?
eight
Yeah. You want
dilution.
to explain that there, buddy? Or
So
here, I'll
1
do it
to
because
8
I have the
dilution is-
camera. I have the camera on. So when we put it in a test tube, for example, this is a 45 milliliter test tube.
Okay.
So I would want 1 part soil or compost to 10 part water.
Gotcha.
Okay, that would be a 1 to 10. Now, as you can see here, this is like a 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 4. Because unless I'm doing what's called a quantification, if you paid me to quantify your soil, you want me to count microbes, you want me to count bacteria, that would be like, okay, I'm gonna have to dilute it to then start isolating areas and counting, and basically you're guessing how much bacteria is in there, which I personally have my own thoughts on that, and I don't do that. You're not gonna catch me counting. So bacteria, I mean, go ahead, Jeff, show her what you're looking at. Show us what you're looking at, buddy boy.
Yeah. So we got a diatom here.
Cool diatoms. Nice.
Where?
Well, I just moved right after you not paying attention.
Oh, that thing.
Diatoms are what?
Aquatic, typically found in aquatic systems, or if you have a lot of water, or eagle. This is the eagle question.
There. You see that little thing? Can you see my mouse? No.
No, we can't see your mouse.
Tell
Can
me
you
where
put your
wanna
mouse
go.
over it, Jeff? Point at the diatom. Yeah, that thing right there.
There you go.
That is made of silica. That is basically, you're gonna see a lot of these with this. That is a little glass house with an algae that lives right in the middle of it.
And
It
that's
might
what that
glow. Let's
center
see if
line
it glows.
That's not gonna glow because
Yeah.
it's not alive. What's your question?
is. So that line in the center is the algae.
That would usually we would identify a piece of algae, but when you see how this thing moves, just there that one's not alive, but it
That
is
one's
an algae that lives in a glass house that photosynthesizes, and I don't know if they're nitrogen fixers. No,
Just
But-
remember that. Well, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind. Go ahead, Mo.
go ahead, Eagle.
We'll see more
Is it
later. Is what I was going to
beneficial?
say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here, listen to this.
We'll
You
see.
ready? Diatomaceous earth. I know you know what that is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a
They're
common
little-
you can find diatomaceous earth. I mean, after all, it is diatomaceous.
So is it just ground up diatoms that makes diatomaceous earth?
Yeah, they're little tiny. They're not really
Essentially.
ground up either. They're just they're so small. They're little shards of glass. They're made of silica. They're actually made of glass.
And that's actually why you can use
Oh.
diatomaceous earth as a pest control, because it's just at a microscopic scale, it's so abrasive that it rips apart the pests, rips apart the insects. Like imagine a whole bunch
Soft-bodied insects.
of these shards and sharp objects getting impaled into you. It works on cockroaches.
Here's a
And they're
I've
beautiful.
done diatomaceous earth when there were like ants. I had moved into this house and there were ants
Yeah.
all over, and I had just sprinkled that, and they ended up evacuating. Or
Yeah, getting chopped up.
getting sliced up.
Yeah. Hey, Eagle, bring up diatom art. There's a guy who takes these little microscopic things and arranges them on a slide because
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's amazing, and they are symmetrical. Look how symmetrical they are.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Oh
nice
yeah,
one.
nah.
Beautiful.
Look at this thing. And this is done. Look how small these things are. Right, we're looking at it. It's such a small. But look at how amazing this stuff looks. Yep.
It's almost like sacred geometry.
Yeah,
There's a
and they
different.
are.
There's a different one on the screen too now. A different shaped one.
Where? Oh yeah, yeah. These guys are.
Could be one, yeah.
So he's looking at diatoms. Guess what? In his bed, right? He's getting them
Bed,
from.
yeah.
He's got a river there that runs through his property, so he's using that. That's one of the best amendments, soil inoculants you can get. Inoculant grade. That's what they're calling this compost. Inoculant grade.
Yeah,
it is a
inoculant
fantastic
grade.
inoculant. It's an aquatic inoculant. He's
Look
got a
at-
testate
is this-
amoeba there.
I think this big testate is actually moving. Let's see what
I don't think it's moving. I don't see a test there. I don't see. I mean, I don't see the actual amoeba.
Pseudopod? Oh, maybe
You
it was
see
that
pseudo-
snake guy underneath.
Yeah.
You see the little
Yeah,
snake
that-
guy right here?
So this is a testate amoeba. This thing, if Jeff will point at it, and that basically is like a blob that makes its own shell from everything in its environment, and it glues this stuff to itself, and
It's
makes
called
all
a testate amoeba.
testate amoeba. Test
And
would
it
be the
just-
shell.
Yeah, and they
That like grabs everything as it goes past it, like vacuums it up.
You know, it's got these like it's got what's called pseudopods. It extends out. It's pseudopodia, which is so. This is already 3 of them in one field of view. This is a garden bed, and to put that in perspective, I mean, most people they're lucky if they see one in their entire slide. I hate to say that,
Right.
but we've seen some pretty stuff that's just trash. So you're already sitting. You could tell you're already looking at a quality bedding when you see these guys, because these things are the workhorses. These things are eating all these little dots of bacteria. You see all these little dots? Oh, we're going one-on-one here, and I love it. These little dots are bacteria.
Everything that looks like it's kind of like shaking on there.
Yep, they're
Okay.
shaking, and there's a reason they're even shaking. We won't get into that, but yes, these are the bacteria that.
And that's bad bacteria.
No.
no.
That whole bad bacteria you're gonna learn is so for example, E. coli, the shit that makes us sick,
hmm
out of like 2,000 or something like that, there's only like 12 that are pathogenic. The rest of them are good, but these are all forms of testate amoeba, and some of these are so beautiful. You'll see them on my slides. Oh yeah,
you
shots
just had
are
3
fine.
of them.
Yeah.
Put some damn respect on my name.
And then when you look at a slide like this, Emily, we're looking at basically three major colors, right? Black, dark brown, and light brown. Your black is going to be your carbon. Your
And
dark
that's
brown.
going to be like not broken down stuff.
No, that's like biochar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your dark brown is going to be your humic acid. Go ahead, Eagle.
Yeah. It's so carbonous that it's opaque.
What he said exactly. I love that.
Look, and then
I
when
never
you,
thought about it like
Emily,
that.
here's something cool. When you start recognizing these things, then you can see them even when you're way out here. Where is it? Now I lost it. Oh, right here. So here's another diatom right here. See how you can kind of see the shape?
Yeah.
And everything else doesn't really have like a uniform shape. So even when you see testates from far out, you can
Hey, Jeff.
you can
Take it
you
back.
can pick
1
them
second.
out. Yeah. Okay. Go
The
back.
bottom right now, right below the black worm-shaped thing. That's not a worm. There's some sort of strand right below it.
Here
Bit,
or here
bit to the right.
or
Down to
here.
the right. More. Yeah. Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah. Let me zoom in here.
Thanks.
We're at 100. Let's go to 200.
Deeper.
Oh, it's a glass,
It's a phytolith.
or not glass, but yeah,
What are we looking
looks
at?
like glass.
Phytolith.
Oh, that shard?
Yeah.
This
So
right
what?
here.
Phytolin.
Phytolith.
Phytolith. I always forget the name. It's a piece of organic matter.
Piece of plant stem.
Plant.
Let's see what this would be like. Phytolith. They look like bones.
They do look at those. That's generally
Yeah.
what always look like. It's some sort
Yeah,
of
that's what's cool about them.
bony shaped thing.
Emily, you're about to get like a freaking top-notch microscopy education here. That's cool. I didn't even consider that.
I
awesome.
was interested. What are the different colors that he's switching slides for to see if what lights up?
Yeah. Go ahead,
So
Mike.
whenever he switches that on, is turning on a blue light at a very specific frequency that causes molecules to autofluoresce. Called.
Look at my camera. You see this lamp here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's called a lumen epifluorescent lamp, right? And that actually shoots a blue light, a 480 nanometer light.
Yep.
Onto the slide and other things. I mean, onto the slide that will make certain. Go ahead, you can take it from now.
And when this light hits the slide, it'll make things glow a certain color. But that light is really strong, the blue light, so we block it with a green filter that only lets green and red through. And that's why the slide appears green. But some of the things have special molecules in them that will fluoresce. And so like we can find out that chitin in bugs will autofluoresce, and plastic is a really strong autofluorescent, chlorophyll, which we use for identifying algae. And you can see like flavonoids that show metabolic processes are happening. So it tells us a lot of things that are alive and information about what something's made of.
Okay. I understood about a third of that.
Good. So
I
you
don't know if
understood
you can
something
see,
now.
but this
Yeah,
guy.
it's a blue light. It's a blue light that lights shit up.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh-huh.
No,
Look
I don't like I don't know what chitin is necessarily, but it just sounds like different components or different densities light up different ways.
Your grow game is gonna get crazy here, girl. I'll tell you that.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, for real.
It's gonna be like a master grower /
Ooh,
microscopist.
look at this cool thing.
Ooh.
I forget the name of those. Those
That's
are
very
very
good.
common. It's a what?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like a Mercedes symbol.
Yeah, that's
It sure
what I was
does.
gonna say. It looks
I
like
used
that
to
car
steal
symbol.
those.
It's a very
Steal those as
expensive-
a kid, right? Steal
That's
the
gonna-
hood ornament.
That's gonna fluoresce. Watch, hit that.
You think it's gonna glow?
It's definitely gonna glow.
Does that mean it's alive then?
It's
You know-
biological.
And that's my belief is that when this happens under epifluorescent light, this is somehow a compound that's creating this glow.
Yeah.
Whether it's phosphorus or calcium, whatever it may be, chitin, I believe, glows. And chitin is what bugs are made of. And so chitin is what they use for pesticides as well. So I'm thinking of a product. What kind of
Chitinase.
product would you buy in the market that has chitin in it? Chitinase, very popular in the. They'll use crab shell for that purpose.
Yeah.
Squid juice or no?
Well, squid juice, squid juice for sure. Squid juice has a very hyped up version of it. Squids, the ink pen on a squid has something that has a beta chitin, a form of chitin that, the way I always explain to people, that's like trying to feed a baby an apple versus feeding the baby applesauce. Beta chitin is like applesauce. The microbes go crazy for it quickly because it's already like basically, it's the way it's structured is easier for them to consume. Versus alpha chitin, which is you find in crabs and bug skin, hard shelled, which probably drives you nuts because I know how you are about bugs, but the bug shells are made of chitin. Shrimp shell is made of chitin. Fungi
Also, chitin.
is also made of chitin.
Really?
Yes,
Oh.
sure
But
is.
not all fungi fluoresces, correct?
That's
Nope.
true.
That is true. That's a great point.
It's a certain. So it's actually chitin. Pure chitin itself doesn't fluoresce, but it is bound to a whole bunch of proteins in, say, bugs and some fungi, and the bound form of chitin fluoresces.
Look at here's going to be a perfect example of Let me pull up my microscope.
Okay, so I use something called Craft Blend from Build a Soil when I
Yes.
re-amend my soil for the living soil, the city pickers that I use.
Mhm.
And I looked it up, and because you said like it's shell, and I know that it uses like crab shell, but it says that it's Build a Soil Craft Blend does contain chitin. It is explicitly formulated with crustacean meal and
Yep.
black soldier fly insect grass.
There you go. Yeah. So the shell,
Yeah.
the shell of the black soldier fly, the shell of the crustacean, the crustacean
Yeah.
is all made from that.
Say crustacean in Spanish, Mo.
Crustacean, no? Crustaceon.
Crustacean.
So I'm going to show you something real quick. Let me share my share screen window here, share, and then I will do this real quick, and then I will do this real quick. So what we are looking at is a piece of plastic. Beautiful. Uh-oh. I did that on purpose. I did that by accident. Where'd my window go?
Don't worry. Completely on
It
purpose.
shares.
You think with all his recent podcast experience, he'd know how to
Okay.
operate this system.
So here's a piece of plastic. Okay. You can tell that it's mechanical. There's no life there. It's like you see all these rainbow colors. That's kind of like gas in water. I see it that way, like rainbow colors when you see gas floating on water.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
I don't think that has any context to this, but that's my mind translates things in its own language. This is going to be 400 times magnification, right?
Ooh.
So you see, it looks nice. But
Make it glow.
evil. This is a microplastic, right? We have this in our brains. We have this in our bodies. It's in breast milk. It's in everything that we consume. to be honest
Antarctica.
with you. Antarctica. So watch what happens when I put an epifluorescent lamp on this.
Oh, it lights
Glows.
up, but it's
Yep.
not alive.
But it's not alive. And different plastics light up different ways. So definitely evil.
Like a lot of times these will light up bright orange or blue, all sorts of cool colors, vibrant neon, unnatural
Yeah.
colors.
Cool.
Yep. Is your slide gone, Jeff? All right, we're running mine.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm pulling up the next thing. I was gonna.
So I'll tell you what we're gonna find here. This is a poor slide. This is a root. Do you know what a zola is?
I do not.
Oh.
Okay, look, I'm gonna take you into Rotifer World. Watch this.
Is that ZOLA?
Oh.
Whoa.
AZOLLA is zola. So this is a Rotifer. Check them out. This is
Oh, he left.
there's another one right here.
Find one that's pinned down.
Look at them. These things are powerhouses, Emily. These are he's cycling nutrients. It's eating bacteria. This is the world's smallest animal. They open their faces like the predator and they just start.
Okay. Please tell me he has like slug antenna. Because that's what that looks like. Like he's got
Yeah,
these
it's like an exhaust. That's where his exhaust is, it seems like. But yeah, their faces open up, split right in half, and then they start turning. They've got these vortices, these vortexes. Corona that create vortexes. Look, right there. Bam.
Oh, whoa.
Yep.
So
And
it's
now
just,
he's just
like, sucking in like
What?
a vacuum right now.
he's sucking in all that bacteria like a vacuum.
Oh wow. What is
Like a
he
street
holding on
sweeper.
with?
It's got
What is he holding on
two
to?
counter
It's called
rotating.
It's called his toe.
So he can just hold on with that like it is a hand it'll grab.
Yeah, it's got like little toes on it and holds on to organic matter while it shreds up. Look at him. He's just taking in bacteria, and he'll create vortices. He'll create a vortex. Those little cilia. They're little cilia on its face. I'll pull up one of my infographs on these things. There.
Yeah, it's be like, where's your infograph of this? It's great.
Yeah. Here, let me pull it up real quick. But these things are the world's smallest animal. It's not even considered a microbe. And look at that. Let me see pictures. If somebody else wants to explain this thing while I'm looking for my infograph, or Well, let me see. Micro slide deck.
Real quick, while Maurice is on that, this is what a Zola looks like. It's this little tiny fern-like plant that grows on top of water. Also known as duck. Almost looks like duckweed. It grows like that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So that thing is what we were just like. That plant is what we were just looking at in the slide.
Yeah, the roots from it.
Well, we're looking at the ecosystem of this thing. Let me do this real quick. I think I can pull this in more here. Oh, this is going to be cool. I'm going to really like this. I like this StreamYard thing. That pull up real quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, these are amazing, and I get crazy with the microscopy with these guys. But this is basically, can I put it up there? There you go. Can you see that?
That's cool. Yeah.
This is what I used to teach my students. So it's rotifer. So basically, minus the spray can. This is Corona filters. They, as they push bacteria around, they blow out the colonies of bacteria that may be coming together to do some pathogenic stuff. Fish love them. Clownfish love them. People grow these to feed them to clownfish, but they are nutrient cyclers. They're usually around when there's more there's more water than anything. Moisture. They love moisture. We love them here in Florida for sure. But they just get to work. They really do. To me, I love seeing these in my soil. I love seeing these in my compost. Look at them. He's absolutely just shredding.
So that's just a living piece of root from that plant.
No, what he's clinged onto right now is a piece of organic matter. It could have been a piece of mulch. It could have been a piece of root. At this point, it's just broken down organic matter. And to continue on with the color, the dark brown is humic acid and the light brown is fulvic acid.
Okay.
So it's all part of this whole chocolate color that Elaine Ingham used to teach.
I've heard of fulvic and humic acid through like Bokashi Earthworks, things like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then let's do this real quick. Let's snazz up the. I'm just playing with the microscope now. Got a whole different vibe to it. Look at that. I want to go all in on this guy. I'm going to show you some techniques in microscopy that will blow your mind. This is art to me. I wish Jeff would appreciate it like that. But
I appreciate it. I'm looking at a bunch of labs and yeast.
What about that glorious rotifer? Look at that. So this is called dark field. Right? This is a dark field condenser.
That looks awesome.
It does. Look at him. And as I tweak this thing around and start adding different things to it, like I'm going to put this thing now halfway in the bottom and start manipulating the color. And you see how that kind of changed everything?
Yeah, took away that translucent effect.
Yeah, I can start moving things around. I've captured some of my best microscopy, but look
So
how
was that
busy.
another one that just ran through there? Was that another one of those?
No, what you saw there was, so this is a rotifer. I call them roadies.
Okay.
Azolla is the actual fern, the plant that grows on top of water.
Oh.
And that fern, the roots hang in the water, and it's a nitrogen fixer, and it photosynthesizes. So imagine what it's doing to your water, and all this lives in it. Like all this is living in that water and around the roots of that Azolla. It's so beneficial. Like, so how about this for an inoculant? How about you take your Azolla that people actually feed to their ducks because it's 60% protein. You can consume it. It's 60% protein. It's got like God knows how many amino acids to it. And then you've got this level of biology that you can feed to your soil, to your plants.
So you're saying a really good way to use that in like a homestead situation or an at-home beneficial way would be to get ducks and feed them that, and then use the water that the ferns grow in to water your garden.
Yeah, it's all biological. These microbes are eating that bacteria and pooping out plant-ready nutrients, plant-available nutrients. Do you know how plants work with microbes by any chance? Do you know how that symbiotic relationship works?
I can't say that I do.
If you haven't heard about rhizophagy, do not be alarmed.
So check this out. Your plants are photosynthesizing. They're eating sunlight or your light in your grow, and they're taking CO2, which I'm sure you know all about, and water, and then they're creating sugar molecules. They literally create sugar out of that. They create mass. So then they take the sugar, and then they push it down their bodies. They take what they need, but the remaining sugar, they will create. They'll share with bacteria. They'll feed the sugar to bacteria in return for things that it needs, like calcium, phosphorus, boron, zinc. But it tells the bacteria what it wants. This is how deep this shit gets. I gotta stop cussing. It literally will tell the bacteria, I need calcium. Here's the way I explain it to my students. Here's a flavor of Kool-Aid that's like strawberry, and strawberry means calcium. Go get calcium. And those little dots that are in the background that Jeff probably has a much better picture of will actually go mine the calcium, boron, zinc, whatever the plant's asking for. And once it mines it and absorbs it, it needs to be eaten by a predator, which is what we're looking at on the screen right now. These predators eat those bacteria and then poop out what the plant was asking for.
Oh, so the ones that it's vacuuming in, they've already gone out and mined whatever they were told.
Whatever they're holding.
Exactly.
Yep. Whatever they're holding.
That's why things like rotifers are crucial cyclers, as they're called, because they help release those nutrients that the bacteria went and mined.
Yeah. So you have predators now, right? And this is what these predators do. So this is why, most bacteria and everything. So it's guaranteed in compost. But what's not guaranteed are these predators, like the testate amoeba. And this is what you get in a good compost. You get the cyclers. And they just shred all day long. Look at that thing.
Okay, hold on. I missed something there. So the rotifers are cyclers, and they release the nutrients.
Yep, they eat the bacteria, and then they poop out the nutrients. It's the poop loop. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Loop. Gotcha. I've heard of that before.
Yeah. Josh always says that.
Testates do the same thing, right, Mo?
Yes. All these predators
what is
do
that? That's the part I missed. The testate amoeba.
Right. That's the one with the shell.
Oh, that's the one that takes everything as it goes past it.
That's the one with the shell that has like. Let me see if I have that.
How you explained it. You do a really good explanation where you talk about the ATP. How many? Do you know what I'm talking about? How protozoa will process.
Yeah. So these microbes will take on. They create energy at the end of the day, right? That's basically what's happening here. This thing is creating ATP. You know what ATP is for sure, right?
No, sir.
Adenosine triphosphate. Like right now, when you blink, you've burned 1 million of them. When you said no, sir, you probably burned like 3 million. It is your final product of energy.
Oh.
This is everything we live for is to create energy. Everything we do is to create energy. We eat to create energy. So these microbes,
right?
Anaerobic microbes and aerobic, like a testate amoeba, the one with the shell, and like this guy here, the numbers won't be, I'm sure they're not accurate with the numbers here on this guy. I haven't done the research on this one, but usually these microbes, when they're processing with oxygen, if they're in an oxygenated condition, which this is, they're creating 38 ATP per sugar molecule. So each molecule of sugar that's being used, that's being burned, is actually creating energy. 38 of them to be exact. and that
What
energy
does that mean? 38 energy.
it creates 38
Well,
ATP,
like
adenosine triphosphate. It's energy. It's literally energy.
Yeah.
You think there's like electrons? It is energy that makes us move, talk. It's our fuel, our battery. It's our life. Oh, we just got deep here. Yeah. So this is the Krebs cycle.
This is this is too much.
Oh no, this is a citrus cycle. Citrus cycle. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, yeah, it looks confusing as hell, but
Krebs cycle.
Yeah, that's
so
overwhelming.
yes, it is a little, but it's just at the final conclusion to all of
There
this
you go.
is a ATP energy. Like right now, you're burning it. When we breathe, we burn it. It's what we live off of. Without it, we die. When we die, that last breath we have, from what I understand, is the release of your final energy. Like you just like breathe it out. So pretty deep stuff, right? And these microbes are whooping them out as fast as they do. And your plant is bringing in. That's what there's your mitochondria.
Okay, so the testate amoeba eats the bacteria, or like
Yep.
takes the bacteria and creates, like, transforms it into the adenosine phosphate.
Triphosphate.
Adenosine triphosphate. Yeah, ATP
Oh, I
is going to be the easy way to. It took me like a year to remember adenosine triphosphate.
ATP. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So
I didn't even
the
know that.
testate amoeba turns that bacteria that it finds and gathers and stuff, and it turns that into ATP. And so when it puts it back out, it's putting the energy back into the plant to take up.
Yeah, it's putting it into the water in this case. It's
Oh, okay.
putting it's just releasing it. I mean, I guess you know what I don't know about that exactly how it releases it, but I think
Yeah,
it
that's
just
probably accurate.
it just
You know
dumps
how-
it. It
Because
dumps
that
it in.
would be soluble to the plant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because it can
this
drink
is
it in
also
water.
happening in photosynthesis, right?
Mm-hmm.
The plant is
But
taking
the other way
sunlight. It's the other way around. But still, at the end of the day, it's using ATP. The plant is unbelievable, and the plant will take ATP from the mitochondria. The plant will take ATP from wherever it can take it from, in order to start turning sunlight into carbon, turning sunlight and CO2. The process of breaking those things down requires energy, requires electrons, and I didn't mean to get into this deep. I mean, so we'll just bounce out of this. You know what I'm saying? But-
I have basically an EM on the slide, so you can see tons of
Yeah.
bacteria.
Yeah, so let's go look at all this bacteria. Thanks for pulling that up, Igor. That's a nice.
Whoa, that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
The road for dinner, so we're doing good.
This is a zero dilution, so I pulled this directly from the barrel. So there's no dilution here. This would be like exactly the saturation you would get if you bought a bottle from us, for example. It's a concentrated formula that you would then dilute down to a level that you want to apply to your plants.
And then that'll lead me to this. Buy from your local regenerator, because any commercial brand looks nothing like this. I can actually
and seeing what theirs looks like compared to this.
I can
it's like-
actually go get one. I have one in the shop over here. If you want
Okay.
to see it,
You
I
wanna
won't
do
name the
that?
brand, but we can look at it.
Yeah,
So
do
you can see what this looks like versus, and in the meantime, I'll jump back to my little.
Point out some of the things in here, Mo. Show her the difference between a rod and the different
Well,
labs and the yeast.
I can't do that without you on the microscope moving it and dropping in 400 at least. I can't point at things. I would appreciate it if you didn't tell me what to do either. Just saying, dog. How do we bump? How do we bump? Let's go see what
I
else we
can't even
find here.
stop laughing.
Let me go show. Look at this. So this is the Azolla root. And by the way, I put Chris Trump's OHN in this.
Whoa.
So this is the Azolla root, which usually these microbes love hanging out on this. But when I hit this with epifluorescent, you can really see the cell walls. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's at 100. I'll go to 200.
Whoa.
But you see, all these little rods, all these little that's a paramecium there. We'll get back to him. But all these little rods and all this bacteria that are going and picking things. This is a whole ecosystem. This is like a fish tank, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But this is
like
is this dirt or is this something that you've diluted with water?
No, this is straight up because Azola lives in water.
Oh yeah.
So all I did was just pick up a little bit of the root and a little bit of the soil at the bottom. But this is a paramecium. These are paramecium. I'm gonna back it up a little bit just so we can. They're big. This is 100 time magnification only. So we're zoomed at 100. But what do you see about this root that you don't recognize? It's driving me nuts is I don't see root hairs, which means that rhizophagy did not happen here. And that's another subject for another time. But
what did not happen? What?
It's called rhizophagy. And we'll definitely come back. We'll come back to all of this. Actually, this is like not even fair. But
Go watch
that's what we're
This is a lot.
Yeah, you're taking in
This
a
is a
lot.
lot, and we have a friend that's really good at explaining it.
Yeah, we did the podcast with him, and I had the example. I have the microscopy of that sample, but you see how they're picking away at it. There's just things on this root. These roots are usually colonized, and stuff is moving around. Things really like it. Are you ready, Jeff?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's bounce back to yours. I'll remove mine. Let's see. There we go. So wait, do you know what EM is? Or yeah, I hate saying EM, but it's what it is. This you probably know it as kind of like your labs.
Okay.
Right?
I know what
So
EM1 is. I've used EM1.
Okay, so same microbes, right? This is lactic acid bacteria. Yeast are the larger ones. But this is what creates this consortium of microbes.
Yeah.
And
This right
so
here
is
where
it-
the mouse is, this is a chain of yeast here.
But whose is this? Yours?
This one's mine. We're going to slide over to the
Yeah.
other one.
Okay,
We're gonna name
that's
it,
called
but
a
we're gonna
chain
slide
of
over to
yeast.
it.
Yeah, they
That's
bud
yeast.
and they chain. And then so are the round ones, the larger round ones above it. That's your yeast. That's your baker's yeast. That's like what makes your dough rise and all that stuff.
That's cool.
And then
Yeah.
all these long guys are labs.
Those are all your probiotics.
They're really
Like literally, this is what we drink when you drink kombucha and stuff like that. This is what you're drinking.
Yogurt.
This is what we're made. We're 90% microbe, right? And this is what we're 90% made of. None of these predators.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have those predators are not in our body. It's this bacteria, and all these bacteria do different things. Every one of them, there's so many different ones. And then here he's got some type of hyphal something going on there.
I can't really tell if it's just a. It's not a yeast cluster. I'm already at 400 maxed out, so.
There you go. And by the way, Emily, these microbes, they're the ones that'll eradicate glyphosate. These are the ones that'll eat poison and toxins and stuff.
The labs.
All right, so now we have a frame
these
of reference, right?
Yeah, we have a good
This is
frame
a
of reference.
homemade. This is a homemade SAM EM consortium, and then we'll slide over to.
Well, and since we're here with the soul guys, that's not just your backyard one. This stuff has gone to the lab. They have it tested. They really do the work, right? Just be real, dude. You guys pay a lot of money for that.
No, I appreciate that. You're right.
That's professional grade inoculant.
It is, definitely is. And then here's the other guy, which still doesn't look as bad as most.
It doesn't have as
but-
much color. It's
No, yeah, get closer to it. Let's see what's happening there.
This is 200.
Yeah,
You can see
It
the
doesn't have
density
nearly as
is
many
a lot less.
like labs, I think. Like those
yeah, no,
rods.
it's not as
nearly
dense
much.
by like 50%. It's really just half of the show, and it's still not bad for commercial grade. Actually, this looks like SCD Pro Bio. Am I right?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Really? Who is it? You're not talking at this point. We're not talking bad about him. I think for a commercial grade, it's fair.
Yeah. No, this is traditional EM1,
Really? Wow.
and it's actually
Wow.
expired as of December 27th, 2024.
Wow, that's really good.
Now, that's cool. That means that it's done well in that bottle. I have one back here that's been expired. I've had it there for 2 years, unopened.
Pull it out.
So
open it.
so on the screen here, you're able to see those like puck shaped things. Like if you were to go up maybe an inch with your mouse. Yeah, that is, would that
A
be
yeast.
one of the, oh, that's a yeast.
Yeah, can you zoom in on that?
I'm at 400 already.
Can you zoom in?
Oh, I could
Yeah,
zoom maybe.
yeah.
Let's see if it works for you guys. Let's see.
It does work for us. There you go. So he's at 400 magnification and then just zoomed in. This will probably be 1,000, if not more, time magnification. But look how close we are to everything. But that is, yeah, that's what yeast looks like. And then different shapes too. He's got one to the lower right, that longer shaped. All the larger stuff in here is really yeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about orders of magnitude of size, right? So yeast are, what is it, 10 times the order of magnitude larger than bacteria?
Something like that.
I mean, look at it.
What does the
Yeah.
order of magnitude mean?
Whenever you say order of
Oh, like-
magnitude, it means it's 10 times greater.
Yeah.
So
Right.
one yeast is 10 times the size of one bacteria.
I mean, look at it. If you
Correct.
look at like width of one of these bacteria rods, the yeast is about 10
Like-
times as wide, right?
Yeah.
Like this guy right here.
Yeah, very true.
And then the next trophic layer, right? The protozoa testates, those are 10 times larger than yeast.
Trophic
Mhm.
means eat, to eat. Right? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Trophic.
know how,
The
like-
next-
You know how in ecosystems you have like the food chain?
Yeah.
So here in the soil we have the food chain too. And all the different levels in the food chain, like from plant to cow to wolf to, well, I guess humans don't eat wolves. So plant to cow to wolf. Each one of those steps we have here in the soil too, and each of those we call a trophic layer. So we might have like bacteria, and then ciliate, and then one of these guys. Yeah, those guys are pretty cool. They might eat a ciliate.
That's a high
So-
trophic level right there. That is a predator. And just look at it. And this is at 100.
That looks
Like a
nasty.
pod.
It is, yeah. Oh, we
Yeah.
have to aquatic.
So these guys will be eating the paramecium and stuff like that.
Right. These
Or
guys
the
sit at
apex
the
predator.
top. There's epilamp. They're not phased by it. They don't run off. You can see the insides just. And what's
Feel
really cool, the
Metabolite.
coolest thing is the polarization on these.
Oh yeah.
Watch the polar go.
So is this is a bacteria, or this is like a bad guy?
Is that a mite?
No, it's like a water flea, I guess. We're back to the Azola sample. But look what happens when I
Whoa.
put a polarized lens on
It's
it.
a little wavy.
Isn't that amazing?
That's crazy.
That's
Oh.
awesome.
So is it ready to go?
Look at that. Yep,
That's actually beautiful.
it is. I'm gonna back up to 40 time magnification. And this polarized lens makes all the minerals in the system go off.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is amazing. So this is really what soil looks like. Look at the paramecium glow as well. You see that? They have to tell you
Now- That guy will get eaten by that water
by that
flea.
bigger one, right?
Yep.
What is bigger that will eat that? That's beneficial on the good side.
A fish.
Oh,
Yeah, fish will
wow.
do it.
Okay.
Worms maybe? No, worm wouldn't do that, right? A fish.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't just stop. Biology just starts at that
Slugs.
really small stage, but it keeps
Oh, yeah.
going even if it gets bigger.
Yeah.
Yep. Look at this. But look how cool this paramecium. Not every micro fluoresces like
What's
this,
that?
which means
What's that pretty blue?
probably a piece of sand.
Whoa, it's
Or
beautiful.
look, the top one might be a Oh, you know, I also put quartz minerals in here and stuff. So this is probably why we're getting these crazy. I also put calcium stuff in here. I mean, I've got everything in here, dude. And again, I just recently dumped the OHN in here. But yeah, this is what. And then if I twist the polarized lens, it gets darker, and I can actually black this thing out at some point. But I'm at 40. If I go to 100, we're going to get a better shot. But it's just harder to chase things around. Oh, here's a leaf. Check this out. This is a piece of a Zola leaf. I'm going to take the polarization off. So
Nice.
chlorophyll, right, fluoresces. And check this out. Now, this paramecium, when I turn this lamp on, they're going to scatter like roaches. They don't like it. But look at this leaf.
Because he's cooking them with the high frequency burning light.
Oh, gotcha.
So what you're looking at,
It's for science.
What you're looking at is chlorophyll, right? Chlorophyll's in the leaf. But here, I'll show you something really cool in this leaf. I love showing this. My students love this. You know what stomata is?
No.
You know that leaves have mouths that breathe?
Okay, I did not.
That's what that is right there. That's where they take in CO2 and they breathe out oxygen, right? Because we breathe in oxygen.
What?
So your leaves all have this on the back end.
Wait a minute. I'm uncomfortable touching a leaf now.
No,
I don't have the leaf permission. What?
That is a leaf's mouth. And then it fluoresces too. You see that?
That's so pretty.
This is actual color, right? So in the morning, here, let me just kind of blow you away a little bit. In the morning when birds start to chirp, they wake the plant up and they tell the plant, okay, wake up, start breathing. We need to get the day started. Stomata opens because usually stomata closes at night.
Yeah.
And so the plant just starts waking up and yawning and all that shit.
So the stomata is the mouth of the plant?
Yeah. Look how many are there.
Think of it like your pupils, right? It dilates, opens and closes.
Yeah.
This is probably like half the size of a tip of a pen. And this is already just like, look how many little mouths there are here. It is truly alive. Like, look at it.
Oh my god.
That's also how foliar applications can work, right? Because you're putting it right into the plant through its mouth, not through its roots.
And it gets absorbed. So if the right nutrients will get absorbed through the leaf as well. And all the green, again, all the things glowing red are the photosynthesizers. This is your.
Okay, I'm gonna keep listening along, but my boys are coming in from practice, so I'm just gonna mute my screen for a minute.
Yep.
All right.
It's amazing, though, dude. Like, we get to look at this.
I'm gonna pull a dip out of here and see if we can get some Lacromaria.
Hold on. Are you loaded up yet, or am I still gonna work this thing?
Go ahead. Go ahead. You keep working.
All right. Yeah, he's open. He's open. I'll tell you what, Eagle. Look at this thing. This is ripping.
That's lovely.
It is, isn't it?
Where's he going?
It's a 200. I got to be ready tomorrow because I'm getting that package from Henry, dude, and he sent a sample with it.
Yeah, get ready.
Wild, yeah.
Do you need me to look at it? Cause
sure. I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna jump on and at least look at it.
I saw one of these fleas. It's really cool. I actually have a video. I have a video of one of these fleas, and it has algae attached to it. So it's like glowing red around its shell.
Yeah. Wow, this Zola never fails, dude.
Come on, Lacromaria.
Zola never. Are you up yet? Yeah.
You're awfully pushy. I don't really appreciate you telling me what to do.
I just want to share some of your microscopy, dude. But if that's how you want to act, then forget about it.
I'm up, dog. And I got
some cool stuff live
in here. There's lots of.
Look at this. What's happening here?
We're not live.
I mean, we're recording.
All right, here we go. All right. Oh, there's a broken diatom.
Hold on, let me put your thing up. Where's mine? Why do I have two going? Oh no, I don't. Okay, that's right. You got aquatic going. Nice sample, dude.
Now we can show her what a real
Oh,
diatom is
that's
alive.
nice, dude. Yeah,
This is only 40.
yeah, that is awesome. This is from your pond. Wait, go into that diatom.
Yeah.
Watch that. So that
Am I doing
diatom
this
at the tips of it, it has bacteria living, dude. I forget the name of it, but go to the tip of it. You can already see it. Go to 400.
Oh, is that a little bacteria right there?
They live in those little corners, that little area. Look at that. Zoom in. That's so cool. I love that thing.
That is cool.
On either end of it
Oh,
too.
something
I forgot why that happens. Look at that though. They're gonna a vacuole or something.
How red do you think this guy will? Oh,
Oh, that's
Oh.
gonna glow. That's gonna glow like a neon red. And those aren't
those aren't
paramecium.
paramecium, right?
No. Hit the epi on that. That's gonna be red. Ooh.
Oh, those guys are neon green.
They are. That's interesting, dude. That is really interesting.
Yeah, let's
Back
see.
it up. Back it
I
up.
can get one.
You talking about the weird ciliates? The ciliates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's
Oh, look at
interesting.
that leg. Look at that cellulose.
Nice contrast.
Yep.
Xylem spirals. Those are cool.
What do you call it? What did you see?
Xylem spirals.
Xylem spirals. That's the what he was just pointing out.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not. It's not cellulose.
No, because cellulose doesn't autofluoresce. Lignin autofluoresces. They're
Ah.
parts of the vascular system of a dead plant.
Wow.
Turn
See?
the epi off on that. Let me see what that looks like without epi. Cool. Yeah. Xylem spirals.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
you
a
know
whole.
what that is.
That's a different type of rotor, Emily. Look at that.
That is one of the ones that can do the vortex.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, this one, I
Very
don't know if this one can.
It looks like a fat
his
one, like
mouth
he's
part
been
is
eating
different.
good.
Show her that diatom, dude. That thing is insane. This is a diatom again. I'm living in a glass house, but the algae is very dominant, right? You see it?
Whoa! Oh, the whole thing is algae inside.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
a proper live diatom looks like.
And then they have these ones have bacteria that live at the either end of the tips. It houses bacteria, and I wonder if they're nitrogen fixing bacteria. I don't know. Why would they be if this thing's? I don't know. I wonder what type of bacteria specifically live in those. So this is obviously the chlorophyll is what's fluorescing at this point, red.
So the diatom is made of silica, and the algae in the center is what photosynthesizes. But what does that mean? So it takes in the sun and makes energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Creates sugar, mix carbon, mix energy. Wait, go back to the diatom. Show her the tip of that diatom.
Is that a lacrimaria? Or is
No, that's a rotifer.
is it a rotifer?
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. Which
Man,
one do
this
you want
is
to
a
see?
beautiful
Mo?
sample, dude. I love it. This is right out of the pond, out of the river.
It's right out of the pond. Right
Yeah.
right on the edge. Where the water meets the edge, and just scoop just a little bit right above the water surface.
Look how active that is. Look at that rotifer. Get close to that rotifer. He's got like all this stuff on him. He's got all this organic matter stuck to him.
Oh, look, you can see his eyeballs.
Look at that worm. He's gonna split. You're just gonna let that worm just go by like that?
Yeah, because they're fast. I mean, I can't track everything. You said track the
he's
rotor.
yes, you can. There he is.
Gotta keep
Look,
him
he's
on.
splitting. So this worm is actually splitting right in half there. You see that? This is how they reproduce.
Yeah, he's pinching off.
Yep. Yep.
What
that's
is that
perfect.
blob thing on him?
The blob thing.
Yeah, like the thing that just
this-
moved off. Yeah.
The cilia?
This thing,
It looked like a piece of
Is it a
organic
cilia?
matter.
That's
Oh, it feels
a
a-
cilia.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
it's a-
are
yeah.
paramecium here, but that's another one. What was the name of that
So
one?
cilia is extremely broad, okay? When you see too many of
It just
these,
Good.
when you see too many of these, like right now, that's definitely telling you that there's too much water in the system, unless it's an aquatic system. If I was looking at your soil and I saw a bunch of these things moving around like this, I would tell you you're in trouble. You're going anaerobic.
Wait,
You're
so they're a type of paramecium?
Cilia is the broad term. So paramecium are types of cilia. Cilia just means it's a blob with tiny hairs on it that make it go.
So here's a. I'm gonna simplify this thing. I think the broadest term you were gonna go is protozoa,
Yeah.
and they all fall into this category except for the rotifer and the diatoms. But most everything that we're gonna see flying around, moving around in the background, are protozoa. And in that family of protozoa, if you were like to open that folder, we're gonna find ciliates and we're gonna find amoeba. Okay.
Yep.
And here's
Okay,
how I'm gonna
cool.
explain this thing. Here's how I'm gonna explain this thing.
And flagellates.
The amoeba.
How do you spell
The
cilia?
amoeba. Sorry.
How do you
C
spell
C I
cilia?
C-I-L, cilia, A-T-E.
Okay.
So the cilia are going to be the Darth Vader squad, the dark side, right? And amoeba are going to be the Jedis in Star Wars. How does that even work? Because amoeba are the ones that you find in aerated, oxygenated conditions for the most part.
Healthy
Tested
condition.
amoeba. Well, this water is not unhealthy. This is a pond, right? But it's more oxygen, more aerobic than anaerobic. Anaerobic, the lack of oxygen.
Okay.
So these guys here, we definitely want to see them in pond because this is what they do. But if you see too many of these in your soil, then you know that you've got too much moisture going on.
Gotcha. Okay, so those
This-
are only going to show up in like wet conditions then.
Like this at
Correct.
these levels and at this fast of movement where they're able to just fly around and they love to swim, right? So when your
Gotcha, that
soil
makes sense.
when your soil starts to dry back, they start to senesce or insist, go into a protective state because they're saying, okay, this is getting too dry for me. And they'll stay like that for thousands of years until it gets wet again.
That's awesome.
It
So-
is.
So I've got some sip containers that are downstairs that have been dried out for well over like a year, I would think. Like they've just been sitting off to the side, not being used. When those get
Mhm.
wet, it's going to reactivate all of the life that was already in them.
Yeah, most of it, a lot of it, yeah. It'll reanimate
Whoa,
it
whoa,
for
what's
sure.
that thing?
I don't know.
what is this? I've never seen these actually. I'm kind of
Yeah, that is interesting. Is the guy
want to see if it glows.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
there's
gonna have
Pluto.
some.
It's a party.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh,
That
look
thing's
at that
eating
guy.
algae. You see that? That
That's
thing's eating
cool.
algae. Yeah,
These
those
guys
things are
didn't glow.
those things are super dope, man.
It looks like it's
He's got
almost like
little
a
tail.
like frog starting.
It's so cool.
It's kinda
And then these guys are look, those guys are just eating up algae, bro. Those are beautiful. Oh no, that's not algae. So I don't know what's fluorescing inside of it, right? It's like what there could be different things that we just don't know enough about. There's one that's eating algae there. Yeah, that's a sick sample, dude.
I didn't see any long necks.
So
Yeah, I don't.
you
Is that an Arcel? What's this? Hold on.
So if you don't know what that thing that was like wiggling around is, how do you find out what it is?
Oh God, that becomes the rabbit hole. We start going through books. We start going online, find out where it's documented. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
We've got books and some websites, and hopefully, AI is terrible at it. You can't take a screenshot of it because look how close they all look to each other. You know what I mean? Very difficult to identify. And then something as simple as like one little thing inside of it can change that whole microbe, and it'll be a complete different one.
Like, down to the family classification is easy enough with Google Lens if you know what you're doing and have enough time on your hands, but species level classification, you're going to want a book and a couple of email threads with a couple of experts.
Hey, go back up. Jeff?
Go back up.
Oh, I thought I saw one of those things eating that diatom. I was going to say.
No, that's fun.
He's cleaning it. It looks like he's cleaning it.
Yeah, they're wiping bacteria and all these other microbes off of it. That's kind of what they do. I've got, what do I have here? Florida Comp IMO. Okay. Take a look at this. So I took Chris Trump's IMO. I don't know if we had him on.
Ooh.
Those things are fast.
That guy.
The minute that guy knows you're spying on him, he's going to dip. And he's going to dip so fast, you're not going to even want to deal with him. He's dead.
There's something moving in there.
No, yeah, he's moving. Okay.
What is that?
That is cool.
What is that? Look at the spines on that. That's only 100. Here's 200.
Yeah, Emily, like,
yeah, that's kind of nasty.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, it doesn't.
Those are aquatics. You see those things in aquatics. Yeah, that thing must be dying or something because it normally these things zip, man. They're so fast. They're like aggressive movers. I wonder what it's doing. It's obviously. Are you at 100 or 200?
This is 200.
Go to 400. See if you get all up in now. Damn. Imagine that. Imagine that thing scaled up, right? Like, if it was like in our world, that thing would be crazy monster. They need to make a movie about that. Emily's face says it all.
I don't know. I just don't know what that thing is. Like, that's in the water.
I'm sure. Eagle can pull
like
this
when
up.
you're
Eagle,
swimming in the lake, in the pond and shit.
That's why I don't go swimming in the water.
Well, it's very tiny. You would never notice it.
That's what they say until it ends up in your brain and then you can't breathe anymore.
Yeah.
See how Google Image does the eagle.
Google's got to identify that. This is not an uncommon organism, dude.
Yeah, this is a copepod, a cyclops.
Okay, it's a copepod. Okay, yeah, thank you. So this is what fish eat. This is what people grow for aquariums.
I've seen different versions of copepod. Are you sure?
Well, there's a lot of different versions of copepods.
They're
right.
Commonly known as the cyclops copepod.
That's a cool name, even.
It's a freshwater species.
I have a lot of different larval stages of the copepod. I have like one of the first ones, and they look like they teleport, like you were saying, Mo. The little, they have like 8 legs.
They do. Oh yeah, they're like.
And when they move, it looks like almost like
movers.
they disappear for a second.
What are you? Did you get your work done yet? Look at that thing, dude.
What is that?
Wow.
What is
Get
that?
closer. Hit Epi on that first, please.
You got a lot of demands.
Oh, that's a diatom.
You did say please, though.
That is a beautiful diatom. Look at that thing. You can tell it's diatom, Emily, because of its organization. It's very symmetrical. Things are in place. It's
Wait,
even.
I thought a diatom was the football-looking thing.
Well, they all have different shapes.
A lot of different types of diatoms.
They have all kinds of different shapes.
Diatoms specifically.
Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about this segmented thing or
that big one? That big, tall-looking, ladder-looking thing, dude.
Wait, hold on.
That's
Which
diatom, bro?
This one.
I'm talking about the one to the left of it.
This?
I'm talking about that thing. Heck yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it.
I think that's a diatom. Get closer to it. I would argue that that's a diatom before that one to the right of it. That one to the right of it looks different, but Look at look at that heliozoa, bro. That's an amazing sample, dude. That's a star
I don't think I've
amoeba.
ever seen one of these.
Nice.
That thing is called a star amoeba, and it will look at what it's doing. Go back down on the left side. You see that vacuole? You see it like
I saw it balloon out and then it sucked back in, didn't it?
if one of those ciliates get anywhere near this thing, Emily, it's gonna poison it instantly with a toxin, and it'll stun it, and then it'll pierce it with this I always forget the name of this little heliozoa spikes.
That's
And
awesome.
It'll suck the life out of it. I have a video of one of these things sucking the life out of a ciliate, but this is a beautiful shot of it. It's clean.
Axopodia.
Axopodia is what
Spikes.
those spikes are called.
Sun animalcules.
It's
400 is going to lose it.
No, you got a clean shot of that thing. You're recording this, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've taken pictures, but let's see.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
at least get pictures of it. We have it recorded here at 1080, but yeah, that's beautiful, dude. That's nice, close. That's a very clean shot.
You can see the
That's-
bacteria in the
Dude,
background
this is
too.
beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, sure it is. That's big too. That's a big one, dude. That
Yeah,
thing
this is
massive.
200.
Wow, that's big. That's got to be the biggest one I've seen.
It's hard to see the. Oh, there it goes. Look at
At
this.
100?
This thing keeps opening. Do you keep seeing it move right here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's vacuole or something. It might be maybe I don't know if it's
Yeah.
or maybe it ate something or maybe it's pushing. Get close to it again, please. That's like that thing is large though. Well structured. I love it.
So that's a positive thing to have in your environment.
Yeah, it's a cycler. It's another predator. But you won't find this in soil, not unless the soil's got a lot of water in it. These things, they float around. You know, this is what they do. They swim. They're in water.
Okay. And that
So
makes sense. He brought it from his pond.
Right. Look at
See, it
that.
just did it again.
It did. Oh yeah, it's definitely.
It's
I
flexing.
don't know if it's respiring through that or what, but it's doing it on both ends, I think. Or maybe it just consumed something, and maybe that's why it's so big. Because they actually change their entire structure when they're sucking the life out of something.
It seems that the vacuoles that are opening and closing are regulating the pressure of cytoplasm inside the cell. So they're kind of
Right,
like
that's what
changes
vacuoles
the
do.
pressure.
That's what vacuoles do. I've never seen it do it on the outside of the organism. And it's not opening either, Igor. So right, it's just kind of expanding a little beyond its
Pulsing.
yeah.
It's definitely ballooned out there on the left side, right? Yeah,
Oh man.
that's cool.
That is cool.
That's a first for me, honestly. I haven't seen one of those in one of my samples yet. So
That's
Heck
because
yeah.
I'm
I've seen them on.
Yeah.
I've seen them on yours before.
not like that though. That's beautiful, dude. That's the cleanest shot I've seen.
Oh, dang it! And of course, I wasn't recording when that freaking happened.
Wow, we're recording though.
Yeah, that's true.
That is totally killer.
It's
Cool.
dope.
And move up just a tiny bit.
Say again,
So
Eagle.
move up just a tiny bit so it's closer to the center of the frame. Yeah, there we go.
That
Thanks.
feels like it's like pressure, Emily. That you see it and then it boom. It just there's a shift in there. Crazy. Definitely impressive, dude. It's too bad we can't see it catch something.
I know, right? I'm like, can we
Uh-huh.
just sit here? I'm just gonna sit here, wait for one of those guys to swim by it. Start shaking the slide, see if I can get someone to move over there. It's definitely moving and flexing and opening, and it's cool.
I don't think it's opening. It's just pressure's being pushed around, and then God knows what it looks like underneath it, right? I mean,
Oh, that was a good move.
it's got multiple going along the top side of it. Again,
It's called
creating energy.
osmoregulation.
Osmoregulation.
Oh, so it's like
Prevents them from bursting.
regulating its pressure.
Osmosis.
Yeah, prevents them from bursting for sure.
Dude, that is so cool. Thank you, Eagle, for that.
Osmosis regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Osmosis regulation. Osmosis means, yeah, that's cool. I dig that. What do you think, Emily? Emily just got slammed with microscopy, boy.
No, that's
It's like,
awesome. That was so cool to see and to see it
Crazy.
as close as it was.
Wild. Look at this thing. I've got a soil sample.
Oh, here's the worm party. Jeez.
That's like two different type.
Where did this is another drop from the same sample.
What are those black circles? Are those spores?
Oh, no, you're looking at air bubbles.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all air bubbles. You can see how
Yeah.
very symmetrical they are.
Yeah.
There's a square diatom. You see it?
Yep. Right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I took diatomaceous earth, it would look like little glass pieces like this, and all different shapes and sizes.
This is a crazy party right here. These guys are all hanging out.
Look at that. What is
So
that
this
thing in
guy-
the middle, dude?
That's it's a I've seen these guys before, but you see these hairs? Watch this. It's got hairs on its body. Oh, of course we can't see it because there's too much. Oh, I'm at 100. Let me go to 200. See if we can get it.
It's nice.
It's not really picking it up.
Yeah,
That's cool,
kill
though.
that epi. Let's see what this looks like without the epi. Wow, that's a worm of some sort. I can see, the hairs. Another type of worm.
That's gross.
It's so funny.
Big old
I've never
diatom.
looked at this as gross.
Right.
It gives me
I
the
love it.
heebie-jeebies.
Look at that. This is in a pond, river runs through it.
She's never going to get in the pond again.
No.
I don't think you do, Emily, do you?
I don't even to begin with. No way.
Crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is interesting to see. I'm definitely interested to get some samples out to you so I can see what it looks like in like the soil and how they move. Like, because I'm sure we'll see some of the same things then. We'll still see the diatoms.
I just bumped you, Jeff. I'm going to show her something.
Okay, go for it.
This is a soil sample, right?
Roadie.
So look at how things just completely, this is a healthy soil sample. And look how almost boring things are when you really get down to it, right? And what I'm going to do is, I'm at 100. I'm going to go cruise at 400. And you can see this broken shell here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a broken shell of a testate amoeba.
Because he shook it too hard.
I shook it too hard, right? You see that? But you can see where the shell was. It's cracked. I added Chris Trump's IMO to this. I left it in a bag, and it started growing fungus on top. But you can see there's still a whole lot going on as far as probiotic labs, lactic acid bacteria, as I call them, probiotics. And I'm right at the edge of the slide, so I'm going to back up a little bit. I got to dial in my slide. It's not there. Where am I? Oh, I guess it's right here. And I got to get more towards the middle. This has also
I'm
been
surprised I
sitting
haven't
on.
seen any diatoms floating because they move really cool too. When you can see them moving, Emily.
Yeah, yeah.
kinda
When they
just-
move,
It almost looks like nothing's happening inside of it, and it's just gliding.
Well, there's a trail. Something.
yeah, this is probably bacterial hyphae.
About the size of a bacteria for sure.
Streptomyces. Maybe look at this fungal spore. You see it germinating. You see that right there? That's like a germinating spore. And that'll start building the fungal life in the compost. There's a testate amoeba there. Right here. See it?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're just tucked away, but everything is calm. And then look here, this is a piece of organic matter. And with an epi lamp, I can see what's stuck to it. You see all that stuff glowing is all nutrients that are stuck to that. It could have been a wood chip, it could have been a piece of a plant. Whatever it is holding the minerals necessary for the root, for a plant root to either extend out to for fungus or bacteria and microbes to go harvest things that the plant needs from all this organic matter.
So then the bacteria goes up to that and starts eating it off of.
Yeah, the bacteria, the bacteria will go up to that and start releasing enzymes that'll start. So imagine the bacteria approaches it and releases little knives, and those knives start to chop up pieces of this organic matter, and then what the knives chop up becomes soluble, and the bacteria absorb it and take it into its cytoplasm, into the cell walls, and it's now locked inside of that bacteria. And usually a lot.
Do you think the microbes? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Mo. Sorry.
Usually this is happening around the root zone, in the rhizosphere. So then what happens is we need a predator to come eat that bacteria and then poop out the nutrients. But yeah, the enzyme action is what it's all about there. What do you got, Jeff? You say something?
I don't remember. It was something that I had a thought, but
Emily, this is really cool too. You see these little clusters, these clear little. These are all little bacteria. They come together. They make a decision to come together and colonize this piece of organic matter, and they do it by gluing themselves, right? So when they glue themselves to organic matter, they create these fluffy pieces of soil. This is, at a microscopic level, a piece of soil aggregate. It was what makes soil fluffy, and you can see how the water travels through it, air, oxygen travel through it. And they'll do this. Look, all around everything around here. They're gluing. That looks like there was a testate there, and they're gluing themselves and making soil. Just making little chunks and balls of soil everywhere, and they'll glue themselves to the organic matter because it's a nice place to live. And if water comes through, they don't want to get washed away. Imagine like a flood, if you will, or you overwatering and your
Can they overtake the soil and like make too much of them so that it's no longer a fluffy piece of soil?
Well, if there are deficiencies, yeah, that's how soils crash, right? If you're missing something for whatever reason, you can have a catastrophic crash where all these things want to do is take over and dominate. But in this case, here's another really good example of it. Look at these couple pieces of aggregation that are all glued together now. And here's the cool thing. If there was a piece of aluminum that's toxic for our bodies, they will glue themselves to it and lock it down.
What does that mean? Like, remove it?
No, they will. So think about this. It harms them as well, right? So if they're just kind of cruising around and run into this toxin, some of them will straight up eradicate it in different ways. But part of the EPS, extracellular polymeric substances that they create.
Whoa.
Those are some big words.
Yeah, EPS glues.
Wow.
They make glues, and they actually communicate with each other through autoinducers.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
It's called
if you
quorum
could
sensing.
if you could make a glue out of the bacteria, or
Yes.
if you could make a homemade glue, it'd be way stronger than any super glue currently available.
Yeah,
Oh.
maybe, perhaps it's more what they do.
I
Go ahead.
mean, at a cellular scale, it's really strong. I think super glue
Yes.
would be at like holding together parts of an airplane.
Well, he's scaling it up. You know, what would happen if you scale down super glue?
Right.
So
Don't rain on my parade, Eagle.
All right.
it's called quorum sensing, and it happens in our body, where these microbes. If you have a bunch of bad guys, for example, and there's no one there to keep them in check, they actually communicate with each other. They send. It's called autoinducers. Autoinducer A, it would be to a specific type of bacterium. Autoinducer B is like anyone. I believe that's what it is. So they send signals out, and then everyone returns the signal. And once there's enough of them, they'll gang up on something. The same way they'll come together and gang up on your body, and you get sick. We end up with diarrhea through certain microbes, and we end up with infections through others. When there's not enough of the healthy guys, or the guys
the
that are
balance
gonna,
gets thrown off.
the balance gets thrown
Like the
off.
one that's going around right now, cyclosporosis or whatever.
In the lettuce, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically what happens. But in this case, it's beneficial. They're gluing themselves and creating soil, making. And why? Why are they going to do that here? Because look how charged up it is with nutrients, minerals.
So it attaches to it, so it just has a constant food source.
Yeah, it's think about if you're walking around in the jungle, and you need to take a nap. You're gonna find a place. It's like, okay, we've got trees, I've got shade, I've got a canopy. I'm gonna build something here to live and feed. There's food available. There's water. It's just ideal conditions. There's 2 testate amoeba. So
I
here
see
are
them.
Mm-hmm. You always see them in that shit.
What's up? What's up?
You talking
Got
about
a vorticella.
Ooh, watch this. How do I get it over there? Move that. I can't believe you got to check this thing out. This is another predator. That is a vorticella. That's one of my faves.
Wow.
That thing is also a cycler. Look at how it creates vortexes, very much like the rotifer. It has the it creates vortices. Yep, it sure is. They are really cool.
And it's just sucking in those bacteria and those nutrients.
Yep, it's eating the bacteria, and it's being selective too. If you see, it's kicking things out that it doesn't want. You know what I mean? It's selective to what it takes in.
So just for context, this is a sample my wife left her mop bucket sitting outside.
Yeah.
And this is just rainwater that's collected. And I saw some things. Oh, you just got hit with something. That's a defense mechanism.
That was cool.
It is, yeah. So they sit on a stalk. This is called a stalk. And whenever they need to protect themselves, they will close their mouths and ball up like that and retract back.
Oh, me too.
Right? And then it can show you the board on it real quick.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right? So that's what they
Mo,
do. They're clean.
When you get back, what is this thing that we a lot of people have been seeing these?
Oh yeah, that's gonna glow like a glow stick. That is pine needle pollen. Pine pollen.
Yeah.
Look at all the algae, water
Yeah.
algae, like rain. So if you collect rainwater, these little guys will be in your rainwater too.
The green
That's
or
all
the
over the
red?
place.
The red, the little red algae. They're green actually, but all these guys.
Do you
All
have
these
water
little
where
guys
you
are
at,
red.
Emily?
Not like on my property.
No, no pond water, anything like
Like,
that.
he's
No, I want to
closed right
start
now.
collecting rainwater.
Yeah. You're using city water, or do you use like a well water?
Yeah, city water.
That water cells like a balloon. It's really cool. Look at it, keeps.
He's not.
Like, he's waiting. He's feeling out the system. Like now he's gonna open its mouth, and now it's gonna be like, all right, cool, we're safe.
Now it needs to
But-
start those.
There you go.
There it goes. Whoa.
Vacuum.
Oh,
Bam. Something's throwing it off. Something's triggering this thing to protect itself.
I just think it's amazing how they just kind of like transform it.
And he can cut that off. That stalk, he can release that and just take off. And it'll grow another
and
one.
then does he reattach somewhere?
It'll grow another one, yeah. But this thing could just decide to take a drive and open its mouth and just travel, like eating like a whale, basically, but at a very high
Here
rate.
it comes.
Yeah, really cool.
That's awesome.
Not uncommon either.
No.
Dude,
Emily,
we've
watched
been-
your video today. What you were taking care of some of your plants.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been going down and checking on them in the morning as well. I get up pretty early, so I just
Oh,
like
the girls only zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Tell
cool.
us about
What
your.
do we? Let me make a banner for you, Emily. That's cool. I don't even have a banner. We don't do banners here. We're just kind of like whatever. We're hanging. That's already been an hour and 40 minutes, unbelievably. But you can see how we get lost in this stuff. You know, it's like.
and it's like you can just pull a new slide and find something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
I was
Especially
hoping to see a mosquito larva because I saw, I could see them with my naked eye. I could see them hopping around in there. I was trying to grab one of them,
your eyes naked.
but naked eye.
Weirdo.
Unclothed by a microscope.
What does that look like to you, Emily? See that brown thing that's in the
It looks
matter?
like a
What does that
worm.
look like to you?
Like a worm or
How about a
like
leg?
a
Like a
like
roach
what?
leg. Like a leg.
Hey Emily, what's your handle? Anything grows, right?
yes, sir.
And what is any.thing.grows? Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
It's kinda hidden by the matter, but
I'm gonna vote
Probably
That's an
a leg.
insect
Cool.
leg. You got some authentic insect frass at that point? Or is frass just the poop of an insect?
Yeah, this would be the Tritus, I guess.
this would be the shell or the.
Is
Actually,
the-
frass, I believe it.
Isn't Frass just?
Yeah, see this? You see the segments? It's definitely a leg from a bug. Yeah. Really cool.
Oh, would appear insect
Sweet.
frass is the technical term for insect excrement mixed with their shed exoskeletons and leftover food scraps.
You gotta love Ego. Ego the thug. Ego, thank
right.
you for being here, buddy.
Yeah.
I
Thank
wanna-
you for being here,
I like
Eagle.
the real definition. I appreciate it.
We let's see here. Dude, I'm starting to Eddie's starting to catch me. I want to share something real quick.
Now I've got
This is-
some organic.
This is
Hey,
your
that's
world.
me.
How do
I've
I
got
get there?
some plants I'm growing in organic, like living soil in City Pickers. And then there's also, I'm learning how to grow in cocoa using synthetics.
I was
I've
gonna
done like
ask you that.
ABC grow with nutrients, and now I'm learning how to do cocoa over the summer.
Dude, you have a lot of content.
Hey,
love it.
thanks. I appreciate
I
it.
love your content, man. It's really just like, damn, just chill.
Yeah.
Oh man, show that one. Show that Bleeder Pheno. That one is awesome.
This here?
No. Go up one more. There
This
you go.
here?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
damn.
one.
Oh, is this the plant that looks like it's bleeding when you cut it?
Yes, sir. So it's
No
really
way.
high in anthocyanins, and it's called like high bricks content. And I think high bricks means like high sugar content.
Yeah,
And
it does.
so-
Correct.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it bleeds
amazing.
on you. It's crazy.
That's wild.
So that's
Here's a
the only
trichome.
one I had. they're called Dragon's Blood hash plant from Bodhi seeds, and it's a cross between like an heirloom Hawaiian sativa to, I think it's G13, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like the Hawaiian is the one where the anthocyanin content came from. And there's other plants that I found from looking into this that do that. Like a house plant that's pretty common is the Hoya, Hoya. But they'll sometimes do this as well. And so I hadn't noticed it when I was just doing like light trimming and cleaning up some leaves, and I had like first topped her. But then when I came through and actually cut off some clones, I had this like drop on my hand, and I looked and I'm like, okay, I'm not hurt anywhere. What's going on? And then I realized what had happened. And so I'm glad I was able to get a video of it, because it's so unique.
That is wild.
Yeah, I'm excited. She turned out, I believe, female. She's the last one we're waiting to really show white hairs on to get stacks of. But hoping that she is female, and I'll get to try out that smoke, and it'll be exciting to see how she grows and see if that purple comes through as she flowers.
That's amazing. I'm sorry, I'm playing with this to try to get the best shot.
No, you're good. Get familiar.
I would love to ferment that. Like, do you have a lot of that? Like, do you just like ferment it? Or do you make a fertilizer out of it? And you're growing. You said you're growing synthetic.
Yeah. So this one is being grown in synthetic. So I've got Mother Earth cocoa, and then I'm using GML nutrients. And it's a dry mix, so it has a base, and then I also mix in the veg or the bloom, depending on what stage we're in with it.
Yeah.
And they've been, responding really well. I had 4 of the Dragon's Blood of this type. This is the only one that showed a bleeder pheno on it, and then one of the one of them turned out to be a male plant. So that one got culled out of my garden. I just don't have room to do breeding or seeds or anything like that. And so that one had like a menthol stem rub to it, which I thought was really interesting as well.
What do you mean? What do you mean a menthol stem rub?
So on a cannabis plant, you can rub the stalk, like the stem of it. And if you smell it, you can get a good idea of some of the terps or the smell profile that the plant is going to portray, and like the smoke and the cure of it. And so you rub the stem a little bit and smell it. And one of these Dragon's Blood was a strong menthol, like Vicks Vapo rub.
Wow.
And that was super interesting and unique. He did turn out to be the male. So didn't keep him around, but we've still got 2 others that are growing that are just growing regular, and then this one that's bleeding. So that's cool.
I wonder what medicinal value that has.
What's up?
I wonder if it has like medicinal value. You're like a Vicks vapor rub, like.
Yeah.
I wonder if we know more about it.
I'd be interested. I think so. You can get the terpenes, like a plant tested for its terpene profile. And that'll show the different terpenes that are like present in the plant. And there are things like linalool is super prominent in lavender, because that's like the calming terpene for it. And so with cannabis plants, those terpenes are what have a lot of the different medicinal values. And so it's like cannabinoids and terpene profile really go hand in hand with helping out. So I think that the high anthocyanin content is pretty interesting, but I'm just not sure how that correlates in terms to medicine that the plant produces.
It's got to be something. I would say more so than anything. That's a cool little setup. That's big.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I actually, I live here with my boyfriend, Russ, and he's well known on Instagram and in the cannabis community as Spartan Grown. And
Russ,
cool. He's been growing since the caregiver days first started back in 2008 here in Michigan. And then recreational happened a few years later. So we've got a nice room set up downstairs that he like set up. He framed out with like the 2x4s and stuff. It was just an open spot in his basement. But he ended up putting like dedicated grow space to it. So We're actually
Yeah, that's
super
awesome.
set up. We've got like a great grow room for flowering. We've got a side area where we can veg in, and then we've also got plenty of area to like dry that is set up to be pretty consistent because you want those room conditions to be stable when you're drying.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just been his passion for many years now, growing good, strong medicine, and so to be able to be here and grow there too is pretty awesome.
That
I will
is.
say, I will say, I definitely, I like having a lot of space and stuff, and we've got great space down there. It's just like,
How big is it?
it's like a 10 by 10, I would think, in the flower space. No, it's got to be more than that. I don't know. I'm not going to try guessing. I don't measure things often. But it's enough to where we can have like 8 plants going at one time, which is pretty cool. So like right now in there, I mean, we've got the living soil and the city pickers, and then on the other side of the room, we've got another light so that we can have the cocoa grow going as well. And we keep it that way so that we can do a perpetual grow, basically. We can always be flowering something new. And then our veg space is where we can keep all of our clones and everything and have them set to the side getting ready to just go into flower as soon as one comes out.
It's amazing.
Awesome, man.
Thanks.
Listen, you got outside rocking and rolling too, though.
Yeah, this is now my second year being able to grow
dude.
outdoors. So we've definitely got some cool plants. We've got some outdoor plants, and then we've also got just our regular garden, like with our vegetables and herbs and things. That's my girl Endo. She's in the
Endo.
bedroom right now. Yeah,
Endo.
she's not out right now, but she
Gotcha.
she entered in the grow a few years ago, and now we've actually got a cat too, which is pretty great. But she's not online. She's not posted.
Yeah, they don't really pop up for stuff like that.
No, yeah, I've just had a good time with it. I mean, I've been on Instagram for a handful of years, and I came from Illinois, where it was legal to grow like medicinally. So I had like a medical card, and I was growing in just like a tent that I had gotten gifted through like Mars Hydro, which was pretty cool. And then I ended up moving here, and so now it's like a ton more space to be able to, which is awesome because I really like pheno hunting, which is where you just pop seeds and grow the plant out and see what genetics, like what portrays from the plant, what type of medicine, what type of smoke, things like that. And it's really interesting to see the different type of plants, even though it's all cannabis at the end of the day. Each one expresses differently and has its own personality, which is pretty cool.
What exactly is pheno hunting then? You're not hunting for the seeds. You're actually
hunting
germinating
for the
them and hunting
of
for the expressions. Okay, cool. I got
Yeah,
it. All right,
so
cool. I figured it
phenohunting
out
is
there.
looking for the phenotype of the plant. So it
Yeah.
can be the way it smells, the way it grows, and then obviously like the genetics of the plant itself and what components are inside of it.
It's a whole nother world, man. You know, I'm starting to learn more and more about that just by natural everyone talking to me about it. And as a matter of fact, we have on the Soil Discoveries with Skunk this week, we have Thursday Luna Whitcomb, and I know she's heavy into that, you know, seeds and genes and or creating your own what is it called, genetics or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. So I haven't done any like dedicated breeding or anything. I mean, I've tried to just put pollen on a plant before, but there's a lot that can go into genetic breeding when you are trying to cross plants and pull certain traits from the plants. And that I think goes into more of, I think it's called like a Punnett square, if I'm not mistaken, where like you can look at the recessive traits and the dominant traits in a plant. So you can get really technical with breeding, just like you can, you know, exploring the soil and the biology in it.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm really just focused on trying to learn different ways to grow and find the way that I like. And I think that's just kind of how I'm approaching a lot of things in life in general. I mean, I never thought I'd be sitting here looking at these little critters moving around thinking, wow, that's so cool. So it's, you know, cannabis has really opened up a lot of doors for me and a lot of opportunities and possibilities.
I think cannabis, amen, right? I think cannabis is the gate. It truly is a gateway drug, but it's a gateway drug to people growing food. You know, we were taught when we were kids it's a gateway drug to bad things. That's not, man. It is literally a gateway drug to regenerative agriculture and growing your own food. It's amazing how many people we know that are, you know, at a higher level growing food and food forests, and a lot of them stem from cannabis.
I think that like learning how to grow cannabis and seeing that it is medicine, that's how I view it when I consume it and everything, and then seeing that I can grow it in different ways to figure out what works best for me or where I am. I think that's super important. And then also just figuring out, like, I think that with growing with living soil, it showed me that the way that the plant takes all of the energy and everything that's available in the soil is kind of the same way in relation to like how our body uptakes what we consume. And so since growing cannabis, I've started, like, I grew a couple of veggies here and there, a few house plants, but since growing cannabis, I've wanted to grow more and more of my own self-sustainability, if you will.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
a fact.
That's amazing. Not dropping knowledge bombs over here.
Seriously. And then, you know what, the expressiveness of it, you know, it's so cool to be able to being that, you know, we don't grow in Florida, right?
Yeah, of course not. How dare you?
I just happen to know that they have this expressions to them that are amazing. You know, it's one day, you know, back in the day in Cali, when I didn't care about anything, we grew one right on the balcony. Our parents didn't know what we were growing. And so we lived like off of Main Street. So we're talking back 30 years ago. I mean, you want to talk about going to jail for, and we had this thing just growing, right? And so here we are, like, I don't know, 17. And so, you know, we were like, dude, why is it sagging like that? And then we started learning that at night, it'll like just kind of go to sleep type thing, you know, when the lights are out. And as a 16-year-old, you know, not knowing anything about it, we were like, that's crazy. And then in the morning it's praying, you know, and it'll lean it'll just completely lean. It's amazing how a plant, and I love saying that, you know, we're talking about flower, we're talking about canna, but at the end of the day, all plants do that. You know, I'm watching this thing in the garden at Gardens and Glass, and I'll see under a wooden table how this plant just climbed its way to the sun.
Yeah. I mean, we can see it just in the way the plant turns, like when you look at a sunflower and that follows the sun and the direction of it. And cannabis plant will do the same thing. Those leaves are going to go up and they're going to work like solar panels, just absorbing all of her heat.
That's amazing that sunflower thing does that. And I was blown away. I think I learned that like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. And I was like, what? And yeah, sure enough, in my own backyard, it's insane. But I'll tell you what, we're gonna wrap up this recording because it's gonna end. I think I can only record for 2 hours. Well, I can literally only record for like 2 hours.
Well, we got 2 minutes. Hurry up.
Hey, dude. You know what? Maybe you should say something.
Thank you for being here, Mo.
Yeah, this was good. We'll stick around here at the end, but I'm gonna end the recording. Good stuff, man. I really enjoy having you here, Emily. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys.
This is your hangout lounge. This is your hangout lounge. Whenever you want to dive in, I get it. We have lives, so but you're part of it. You're one of the only ones. And if I change anything, I'll send you links to it. But if you want to hang us, I'm excited about it. We'll learn about growing cannabis and how that relates to regenerative agriculture and the way it's like growing anything. It's like mangoes, right? Mangoes. If I go plant the mango seed, it's not going to give me the mango I ate. It may give me a mango that's not as good, but when it is good, you get to name it. Like there's so many varieties in Florida.
Yeah.
So yeah, but all right, y'all. This is signing out of YouTube world here, and appreciate it.
Life.
We'll see you on Tuesday. That's what's gonna happen. So we're out.